Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall quickly go over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. Yes, Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Yesterday morning we were just above our resistance zone. Got rejected back below it, but obviously it's not a big move, but just below that slight zone area we've got in here. But the main takeaway from this is that we didn't get any follow through to the downside, and we are obviously looking like we wanted to test back into it. So this is clearly bullish. This basically move above and back below was the opportunity for the bears to push us down lower, basically with their targets of, well, we could call it 48,000. They got us down to 48,000. Then they had a good shot of getting us down to the next level, the next area, which is around here, but they were not successful. So basically the ball is back in the Bulls' court, and it is looking like they're going to try and push back up. So fairly decent chance we get up towards that $53,000 level over the next couple of days. Unless of course we get rejected, put in a what is obviously on a short time frame a lower high, and then we take out the low of this wick. But I don't think that is the most likely scenario. I think in the short term, we just have a nice bullish trend going on here, and the trend is your friend. And yeah, the bears had their opportunity, and they didn't take it. If we go and have a look over Ethereum Satoshi pairing, we had this. We could have drawn a trend line down here, which we broke and moved up from, and then we could also draw a trend line across here from these highs, which we are basically pushing against now if we were to draw it. But I think the main thing is this resistance area we've got, which corresponds to this area here. If we do break through here, which would also correspond with this downward sloping trend line if we drew it, in fact we will draw it. We spoke about it enough times now to actually draw it in. So yeah, if we basically break above here, which is looking like we're trying to do, then we should get acceleration through this horizontal, and yeah, basically onwards and upwards. If we get rejected here, clearly we could be looking at a nice lower low relative to this low here, and obviously in the context of all these lower highs. But yeah, keep an eye on that. I mean, Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin, if I was a crystal ball guesses, like I've been saying, has got one last push up towards the 53,000, and then it will potentially trade sideways for a bit. Maybe I am wrong, and we do get a move up towards, pretty swiftly up towards the 58,000, towards there, anywhere into this zone. Maybe that is to happen, maybe. But if that is, then yeah, this Ethereum Satoshi pairing would get hammered. But if we are just to basically top out around that 52, 53 for the medium term, then yeah, I think that will be the time for this pair to shine. The USD, the fiat pairing for Ethereum, also you can see is still just hovering around these highs, not really made any real acceleration, because as we know, Bitcoin has the reins of this market at the moment. And then similarly with Bitcoin dominance, it is just hovering around the same area, because like I said, it is Bitcoin mainly driving the market at the moment. So let's have a look at some of those crazy traditional markets. I mean, there you have it. I mean, was there ever any doubt? We were looking at this down here thinking, yeah, it's just gonna just go back up, onwards and upwards to back to highs. I mean, yeah, the trend is your friend, and the trend is obviously V-shaped recoveries on any pullback. Not this is the biggest pullback. One day this could potentially either go out for the count, or just completely J-hook crack up boom, whereas it's relatively orderly at the moment. The ascent is relatively orderly, as you can clearly see. No absolute exponential runs up. It is just like I said, orderly is not. There's no other real word for it. At some point we may get a more severe pullback, and then ultimately that will just get bought up in the same fashion that this one did. But yeah, so number only go up. Yeah, we all know what's going on there. And if we just have a look at Nasdaq as well, just look at that go. Just look at that. Look at that. Just incredible, isn't it? It is incredible. What a day and age we live in. With the magic money magic money trees. That's it. The MMT crowd, the magic money tree, and there was another funny acronym that was going on as well. I'm sure it was to do with the Fed or something. No, I don't know what it is. Let's have a look at the DXY as well. It is below our resistance level now. So have we got an actual liquidity hunt to the upside above these two highs? A swing failure after that liquidity hunt, and then now are we going to get continuation to the downside and finally, fully and formally knock this DXY, this dollar rally on the head, and then make a move to the bottom level of our channel, and then potentially below that. But first and foremost, let's take out these levels and get to the bottom first. Is that what is happening here? It could very well likely be. Don't forget, there are obviously just crazy political shenanigans going on in America. I know they go on in the rest of the world, but there is more friction politically in the Eurozone, with it being separate states. I mean, I know America is technically separate states, but the federal government does rule it all pretty much. So they can enact just crazy stuff like you don't have to pay your rent, like you don't have to pay your student loans, like you don't have to pay. I mean, that stuff can't really go on in Europe. So at some point, once that starts to really like happen and just appear like it's gonna happen forever, UBI as well, when that appears like it's gonna just happen basically forever in America, then the dollar will suffer compared to, well, obviously other currencies that can't do that. Obviously, I mean, the DXY is against a basket of currencies, but the main one is the Eurozone, and the Eurozone, the one that politically can't do it. Clearly there's like the Swiss franc and the pound in there, and in the UK clearly we could do whatever we want because we do govern ourselves. But anyway, the dollar has potentially got weakness coming in from that, I believe. And obviously there's midterms as well, isn't there? So the Democrats will want to get dishing out, they want to get buying those votes. Basically, it is that simple. They want to get buying those votes. Nothing else really to see here. Nice to see the 10-year not really doing a lot. Well, nice to see just for the stability of markets. Have a look at silver still looking pretty weak here. Gold not looking as bad as silver. In fact, gold looking actually a lot better than silver. This gold silver ratio is gonna obviously, oh no, it wasn't, but yeah, gold is not looking as bad at all. Pretty much fully retrace the actual paper price smash from that very early hours of a Sunday morning in just completely just barefaced market manipulation. Just like there was no hiding this or nothing. They're just like, we can just do this. And yeah, it's nice to see it fully retraced though. So that is obviously going to be a worrying sign for the people that are trying to manipulate this down, with an ever diminishing ability to do so. So let's have a look at the finally let's look at the stochastics on Bitcoin. Let's see how we are doing. 4 hours still coming down whilst we are hovering around those highs. So yeah, bullish reset again. Bullish reset as low as you like, and then turn up and then drive us up to 53,000, please. 10 hour, wait for this 10 hour to load up. 10 hours still up there, still is drifting down a bit, so again a bit of downward pressure. 12 hour did turn back down but back up again, but obviously a very aggressive read daily. Just going for an even more aggressive read. 2 day also pointing up, also 3 day just turning back down, but obviously very high. 5 day very high, and weekly only really just getting up into the bullish zone now, bullish half. So weekly is looking very good, and yeah, we got the crossover in the bi-weekly, and we're looking for the crossover in the monthly, and both these to get accelerating upwards. and then yeah, we will be very very likely looking at 100k Bitcoin. So yeah, stochastics look like they are offering a lot of long-term support. So higher time frame support. Mediums and shorts looking a little bit tired. So realistically, we could just consolidate sideways, drift up a bit. But I think at some point we will get an acceleration up into here. Unless obviously we take out first this low here, then this horizontal here, then I think realistically we back testing into 46,000 will pretty much be as an aggressive pullback as we could realistically look for, in my humble opinion. But yeah, if we do break that though, and then maybe that will be the range, basically the 41, 42 to basically about 50,000, and then we'll trade sideways in that range. A bit narrower than I thought, but that is it is not a problem if that is how it is to be. But I suspect it won't be. I suspect the top side of our range will be around the 52, 53 or $58,000 level, and then yes, it will be the bottom that will move up and tighten the range. Maybe that will end up being 46,000. That could be the bottom of the next range we form. So sideways trading range. So yeah, there we go. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.